What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Stark from MacMovieGuy.com, if you're a blind film critic, and we are talking Emmys today. And I'm doing Best Actress in a Drama Series. That's what we're doing today. So click like and subscribe so you can join my cult. The Kool-Aid is grape, just regular grape. It's totally safe. You can trust me. Anyway, so lead actress in a drama series. We have to build 6 spots. So I like to start off with who I think is in contention to win, because they're going to be the locks to get nominated. That's generally how that works. Although every once in a while we have been wrong about that, and an award voting body just throws us for a curveball, and suddenly the person who has like 1,000 precursor nominations is suddenly just not nominated, or the person who won the award before this is just suddenly not nominated. It is a different awards group, so for my number 1 spot, I have to acknowledge the fact that I think Kathy Bates is positioned to easily get a nomination here for Matlock. She's a legend. She's an Oscar winner, and she decided to do a network television show for CBS. And for the couple of Emmy voters here that still sort of adore what is happening on network, who've been supporting Abbott Elementary, who are lamenting the fact that good TV could still be on network television if they would just try. You know, for people who are looking for that kind of thing, for those, they want to encourage performances like this. They want to encourage talent like Kathy Bates to do shows like this, because that's the kind of thing that gets nominated. I think if Angela Bassett was just starting in 911 right now, I think she'd have a much better shot instead of it being in season 8. So, because of where the streaming thing is and how network television has sort of continued to decline, if Angela Bassett had leapt out and sort of joined 911, and we were talking about season 1 of that right now, she would be in the mix way more than she is in season 8 of 911, because she clearly brings it every single time for that show as well, and feels like she's better than network television and should be on a show that justifies her talent. She's thrown some absolutely batshit crazy storylines on that show that she fully commits to. The whole thing about her landing the plane this season was nuts. Anyway, she won't get nominated, sadly. She should be. She should get like a special achievement in putting up with bullshit award. Angela Bassett. Yeah, Kathy's, I think Kathy's in the lead to win. I think if CBS was smart, they would run all of their FYC stuff with Kathy and then also Carrie Preston from Elizabeth, and see if they can get enough people to remember Elizabeth exists, because everybody loves Elizabeth. It makes a great play for guest actor choices. But I can't predict her here. She didn't get nominated for season 1, which was also really well received critically. However, she has been nominated and won in the past for her appearances on The Good Wife and Good Fight. So it feels weird that she's not being recognized for her own show. But her own show does it's a little bit of a comedy. So maybe it's not taken fully seriously here against some of the other roles. So I'm not predicting Carrie Preston, although if I was CBS, if I was campaigning, I would put those two right next to each other in every single thing and have them talk about their shows are next to each other for a reason when they air. And I would try to get Carrie to slide her in, because I think the 6th spot is a little bit open. So for 3rd and 4th, for 2nd, I gotta do 2nd. Brett Lower from Severance, I think, is, if anybody's going to upset Kathy this year, I think it would be a groundswell for Severance. I think if we're looking at Severance winning, The Pit isn't submitting anybody for lead actress, from what I can tell. It's Noah Wyle is the lead and everybody else is supporting. So White Lotus doesn't submit anybody in lead. So of the 3 shows that I think actually could win, Severance is one of them. And if Severance won and just started sweeping, Brett has a possibility to beat Kathy. I think she's really the only one that can do it, if I'm being honest. I think some other people are locks for nominations. but I think Brit's the only one who I could see why people would pick her over Kathy. So um, those are those are my top two spots. For number three, I'm still keeping in the wonderful and illustrious Elizabeth Moss for The Handmaid's Tale. She won this category a while ago, and I think she's going to come back for the final season. She was a force to be reckoned with, and I think it's impossible to not watch her and get nominated. I'm unsure about any supporting plays here. It could just be drama series and lead actress. I'm toying with the idea of putting Ann Dowd, but I supporting actor looks like it's going to have a bajillion people from The White Lotus. So that's going to be problematic for any of the supporting actors. So Elizabeth Moss may need to carry this torch for The Handmaid's Tale. Number four, we're going with Bella Ramsey for The Last of Us. I think they are absolutely still in play, despite all of the trolls, all of the incel people out there who are very upset that Bella exists as a person. I think Bella is going to end up still getting the nomination. I think the work that they do is extraordinary on the show. And troll them all you want. Bella's getting the nomination. Ellie has had a roller coaster of emotions this season. I don't agree with a lot of the storytelling. I don't think Last of Us is going to win anything, but I do think it's going to be nominated still. So HBO still gave it a prime release spot leading right into Emmy season. So it's right there for you to remember. You don't have to think about it and be like, what did I watch back in last July? No, you don't have to do that. It's not Lord of the Rings. We're not trying to remember that, oh yeah, there was a Lord of the Rings season this year. Oh, House of the Dragon. Yeah, I remember that. So those are my 3 and 4 spots. My number 5 is somebody who's previously been nominated before, and I think is going to retain a nomination, but I did not give their series a nomination, and that's Kerry Russell for The Diplomat. I don't think the show did itself any favors trying to get a series nomination by shortening its episode run. I don't think Netflix did that show favors by making it shorter, by being like, ooh, what if we had less episodes? Maybe that'll get us a series nomination. It's like, I don't think so. I think it's probably still an acting play. And I think it's an acting play mostly for Kerry Russell and Allison Janney. So I think voters are still watching it. And Kerry, who, is a little bit of a darling, having been nominated for other things like The Americans, is still somebody that they take very seriously. 6th place spot. Oh God. Who could it be? Well, Andor doesn't have a lead actress. Some of these shows that I picked already just don't have lead actresses. Even some of the shows that would make sense to have a lead actress, they're submitting them in supporting. Like Your Friends and Neighbors could submit somebody in lead, but they submit in supporting. Paradise, supporting. So it gets a little sort of like trying to find out where, like, who you may think somebody is running for lead, but the FYC campaigns that I've been seeing for other kinds of awards are submitting people in supporting that I would think are in lead. I don't think Emma Darcy's coming in for House of the Dragon. She's their previous nominee as well. And I think Emma gave a fantastic performance, and they are the only lead that HBO is submitting for House of the Dragon. Everybody else is being submitted and supporting. I would love to see them nominated. I loved House of the Dragon season 2 because I like character development and it doesn't bore me. I thought there was just enough action, but I also got to learn who all these people were. So I was more connected with them when they died. And I think going into season 3, now that I know who everybody is, it'll be way more impactful. I think it was a great building But a lot of people were resistant to that, and I guess only want to see people die and dragons. So, but I think I think her show was just too far away. Oddly enough, Amazon just doesn't really have. I keep going through. I'm like, what does Amazon have? They do have. They just dropped The Better Sister with Jessica Biel, but I think that's is that limited. I think that's limited. And I don't even know if I guess because it dropped all of its episodes and it dropped it right before the deadline, it could qualify. There's another show that I'm wondering if it qualifies. I think it does because its premiere was, but it's only going to have like 3 episodes before the deadline, and that's Nicole Kidman for Nine Perfect Strangers. And she's eligible. She's Nicole Kidman. It's not unheard of. And she's also competing in limited series for actress in a limited series. She would also be eligible for supporting actress for Linus. I mean, Nicole Kidman's done enough television in the last year that you could nominate her 4 times. So I don't know if that makes it any uniquely wonderful of an experience. It's possible that she could earn like a limited nomination, and also like for one of the films, because the films are stuck competing in limited, so she could, I don't know, get a nomination for Holland or Family Affair, which both would be in contention for a movie, because they were straight to streaming releases. So who knows? But Nicole Kidman has so much possibility that if the voters just got together collectively and were like, what, let's pull a gag, just vote for her in everything she's eligible for, she could become the most singularly nominated actress in any given year because of the amount of projects that she has in play. So do I think that it makes it like it? There's also something about her it not feeling like uniquely, uh, I guess, like, oh, thank God she's doing TV, like it is with Kathy Bates. Like, it's oh, Nicole's in another show. Good on her for working, but Jesus. When was the last time she was at home? Does she know where her house is? Does she know what her family looks like anymore? Um, Man, I feel like I've seen Nicole Kidman in something new every other month. Uh, the nomination that I would love to see happen for the sixth place spot is Keira Knightley for Black Doves. I would love to see that series get some love. I thought it was fantastic. I'm so happy Netflix picked it up for a second season. I think that was a very smart decision. And I think Keira is absolutely in the conversation here because she's kind of one of those actresses that we haven't really had an opportunity to do this a lot for her in terms of the Emmys. It does feel like she's stepping out. That also was a very short season. That was a 6-episode season, much like The Diplomat. It does have critical acclaim. It doesn't quite have the same level as Diplomat does, but it does have critical acclaim. She could get in here. The Nicola Coughlan would be deserves it for Bridgerton, but she's not going to get it. Just because you deserve it doesn't mean necessarily it's going to happen for you. I think Lashana Lynch for David Jackal is being submitted and supporting, but I'll go ahead and mention her here. Either way, I don't think she'd get it. Even if she was running a lead, I wouldn't have her in the 6th place spot. To be fair, I also wouldn't have anyone from Your Friends and Neighbors if they submitted one of the actresses in lead for this. Rebecca Ferguson for Silo, I would love to see that happen. I think that would be an inspired choice. It's not going to happen, sadly. Silo just seems to have been long forgotten. I came down to ultimately, Helen Mirren, I should mention, I guess, for 1923. I didn't mention in lead actor Harrison Ford because the thing is, like, Taylor Sheridan shows, I kind of write them off because they don't get nominated. Historically, every time people just kept going, oh, it's time for Yellowstone. It's never been time for Yellowstone. Yellowstone's not getting nominated again. It's just going to get passed over again and again and again and again. Though the supporting nomination for Kevin Costner this year would be hilarious. I don't know if playing a dead body, but guest actor in a drama series. You were great at being dead, but that wasn't actually me. We're celebrating it anyway. Yeah, I think we're down to, I know people want Melanie Linsky. I know they do. I think Yellow Jackets has been really divisive. I think Yellow Jackets may have pushed too far, and it was never a heavy contender. It was always in the bottom half of the series. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was never in contention to win. She was never in contention to win. Christina Ricci's never been in contention to win. It's been hard to get any other actors or actresses in here. Elijah Wood's never been nominated. Juliette Lewis, Tawny Cypress, people who make sense to be nominated. So they've never really thrown Yellow Jackets the kind of love over the years that it deserves. And I don't think that this season did it favors. I think even though Melanie Linsky did a nice job, I think she could end up losing out. There's somebody who has been nominated before. Their show's been kind of quiet, and I'm kind of waiting to see what Apple does with it. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Sharon Hogan retains her nomination for Bad Sisters and takes the 6th place spot. I think as a previous nominee and sort of a surprise nominee when she got it, it is possible that even though I think the series category is too crowded for Bad Sisters to get in, I think it's possible that she could end up getting the 6th and final spot in the nominations. So those are my picks. Kathy, Britt, Elizabeth, Bella, Carrie, and in last place, Sharon Hogan from Bad Sisters. If you're trying to pick a safer bet, I don't know what the safer bet would be, because I really don't think it's Melanie Linsky. So pick something. Just throw a dart at the wall and pick some. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think that's who it is. So I'm not against it. I still loved Yellow Jackets, but I saw an odd amount of backlash to the continued, I guess, pervasive cannibalism and gore. And then people think it's going a little bit too far now. I don't know. I think the interesting play will be for Hilary Swank in supporting, in a guest actress, will be if Hilary Swank can get a guest actress nomination. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I'll see you guys on the other side.